Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to Season 1, Episode number 9 of my Wycombe FIFA 14 Road to Glory career mode. Today, got some more games for you. Second game, we have the Capital One Cup against Everton. That's going to be a crazy match. It's going to be tough, and hopefully we can somehow get away with a win. That will be insane if I can do that. But for now, scouting a few more players. We got Jean Baptiste here. Unfortunately, he's 21, so he's another guy we can't approach on his contract. Unfortunately, he looks really good, and I've actually used him in Ultimate Team. He's really strong, and he's got a little bit of pace as well. He's got decent pace for a centre-back, so unfortunately can't make the move for him, but I'll put him on my shortlist nonetheless. If we have some money next season, I'll definitely try and buy him because he's a very good centre-back. But Bright Dyke could be a guy I go for. He's a really strong and pacey, but a striker. And yeah, he's a bit older, so he's a guy I could approach to sign depending how much he really wants to be paid on his wages, all of that stuff. You know, scouting the US right now, we're getting some decent amount of players scouted at least. We just need to say if they're, we need to see if they're going to be a willing offer, if it's going to be able to make a move for a couple of these players. And these games are going to play in the Capital One Cup against Everton. Well, yeah, one game. I'm just saying I want to keep trying to win so I can basically get as much money as I can from these games because, you know, that will the only way you can really increase your money in the game, really. There's no other way, is there? You can't sell players at this level. You can't make money by selling players because it's not like you have millions worth of players or anything really substantial. And if you sell someone, you're going to have to replace them. So, yeah, the biggest way to make money is going as far as you can in cups, especially the major cups. Not really the Johnston's Paint Trophy. That I got knocked out on that, unfortunately, but I doubt I would have got heaps from it, even though it probably was the easiest to win compared to like Capital One Cup and FA Cup. But I feel as though I try a bit more harder. You can see that, beating a few teams. But here against Chesterfield at home, it's crucial to get a win, and I'm just sliding everywhere. Honestly, I probably should have conceded there, but I just feel like they were attacking me, and I just tried to win the ball, and I couldn't. But here, we're on the attack in injury time in the first half. Couldn't really get a header on, unfortunately. Nothing really was going for me in this first half, even though I was playing at home. Here, Wood doesn't really have heaps of pace. You can see they're struggling to really get past, unfortunately. That's his only downside, if I'm honest. He doesn't have the pace to get past players, but everything else, he's a really good player for this level. And you can see there, going in at half-time, 0-0. It's not too bad because you see previous times 0-0 going in. A lot of the time I can get the result in the second half. So that was what I was looking to do here. You can see getting more chances here. Futach plays a nice ball for Razak. He tries the lob, and that really was never going in. I was very surprised the goalkeeper didn't just collect that. He had to hit it over the bar for whatever reason. It was really a bit weird. He could have easily got that, but you know, at lower level, anything can happen with goalkeepers as Razak puts in a dangerous ball. And it lands to that man Wood once again. Tried the fake shot, but again couldn't get past his opponent. His skill lacking on that occasion. And here, once again, just intercepting. They're playing really defensive. It's hard to get past. So this is looking like a 0-0. And also, I had to be honest, my mind was probably in the Everton game next up because I did not want to get embarrassed against Everton. They could score heaps of goals against me, and it would be like a really bad match in terms of conceding lots of goals. So I had to make sure my really focus was on 100%. I had to have a good defensive game, which I did in this game. I had to practice my defense, and it showed, of course, getting a clean sheet. But, of course, we didn't score, unfortunately. It was a pretty bad game in terms of shooting. Only had 1 on target out of 6 total shots, so that was pretty disappointing. But going back, a good performance. Stewart was really, really good. He's going to be a class player for me in the future going up the leagues, I hope. Again, another guy who has that 70 potential. Hopefully can exceed that as well, and he can be part of the future, as I said. So getting back some more reports. I'm not sure if anyone knows of these players. I can't really talk about them because normally when I get scout reports, I like to say what I think of them in real life or something, just to give something to talk about, but I don't really know too many of them at lower levels. But a couple of them I know, but yeah, not really. Like Sean Miller, I have no idea who he is. Like if you have knowledge of some players, or if you know if they're good in FIFA, leave your thoughts on them. But yeah, got out of that report fairly quickly. And again, back on the US reports, I really wanted to sign this. I really want to sign him, but I don't think it's going to be possible because, like I said, he's only 21, can't approach him on his contract, so we might have to look for some other options. But if you have the money, I recommend to sign him. a good player. Like I said, pace and strength, used him in Ultimate Team, and he was a crucial player for me. He was a beastly player. You know, those centre-backs with pace and strength are really, really good. But here, Everton, I have no idea how I'm going to get something out of this game. Like, I always struggle, like looking back in previous careers when I play as a lower team against a bigger team, I just struggle. I remember with Portsmouth, I played against Tottenham, which would be a similar game, and I just had no chance. You cannot keep possession at all. You try and pass, but they just seem so strong and so fast, especially when you don't have so many pacey players yourself. Apart from your couple players in your team that's pacey, like I have Paris Cohen Hall, everyone else is too slow. And Everton, all their players are faster than all those other players. Like, that's just the way it goes, and your players are too weak as well. So the majority of the opposition, when you play against a Premier League team at this level, their players will be stronger and faster, most of the players anyway, and it will be really hard. And even Cohen Hall was taking him off because his fitness lower, and Jeffrey, who's a bit, he's still pacey, but definitely not as an impact as Paris Cohen Hall. I just had to keep my fitness levels good. Like, in my head, I felt I've gone as far as I can, and if I lose against Everton, you can't beat a Premier League team. Like, it's too hard. So in my head, I thought I had to rotate my players, keep them fit, and at the same time, I had to make sure I did not get dominated against, because like a 5-0 game or something, I could not do that. That would be just horrendous to show on YouTube. I wouldn't want to show that, if I'm honest. But yeah, I've got to take what will come to me in this game. Craig, who's actually getting another game, taking McClure off really for the point. I said McClure is not really, I don't think he'd make an impact, and at least Craig, he's got some decent shot power and good finishing ability compared to McClure, and is more experienced. So I feel if he gets in a chance, he might have more chance of scoring than McClure. McClure will be like no effect at all. That's basically the reason I swapped those. So here, Everton, straight away it happened. Early on, they were here, and I thought it was going to be a penalty, but it was Steven Pienaar taking a dive, which you don't think he should do, or he shouldn't need to do against a team of my stature. But nonetheless, I thought it was going to be a penalty because he just fell in the box, and who knows what the referees in FIFA will do. But luckily, it wasn't a penalty, and we're doing more defending, even in our attack. That's the way it's just going to be. We get the interception there, then Dunn plays a good ball for foot touch, but again, they get the block in. It's really hard, then they just clear it like that, but it rebounds off of us. Try my hardest to win it back, and of course we'll just go out. And that's me working my hardest to get the ball back, and they just get it back easily. So here, Naismith for them on the attack. Tried to win the ball back. They put it in. Acrobatic volley by Ross Barkley on that occasion, but it was straight at the keeper. So early on, we've defended well, actually. We've forced them into like low percentage chances, and those kind of chances you've seen so far, where they didn't really look like scoring, apart from the first opportunity where Pienaar took the dive in the penalty box, and he's there again, very, very dangerous. He's a good dribbler. That's why he's so good. It's hard to tackle him. And here, another shot, but again, easy to save, and that was from Ross Barkley again with the header. I don't think Lukaku started in this game, which I just was so happy about that, because Lukaku, he's a beast in the game. But then they put the cross in, and Kone goes close. Very, very close on that occasion, and somehow we've defended here. I've no idea how we've suffered or not. Yeah, we've really gone this long without suffering a conceded goal. It's been really, really good. But then another cross is coming in. Goalkeeper saves once again, and 2 times as well from Lukaku. Somehow our goalkeeper has stepped up in this game, and we have not conceded a goal yet, which is crazy to think, because Everton, Premier League team, I have no idea how I survived. Then Kafur was on. He was on. I wanted to make sure of it by aiming on the right side, but I think I took too much time there, and the shot it wasn't good enough in the end. We had the chance. That was my golden chance. You probably only get about 1 or 2 chances against a Premier League team when you play them with this kind of team, and those are my chances. Couldn't finish it. They have a decent goalkeeper as well, so it's always going to be hard to break them down. Going to 90th minute here, I wanted to go for foot touch, I should say, and he's like a foot touch he's a big player, but his fitness was down, so we couldn't really win it there to give me a late chance. We had another late chance here. I would have had the opportunity again with Matty Spring, I think that's his name, going with the fake shot. And Spring, he couldn't really get past there. It's hard. It's hard against a big team, of course. They just got the interception there. We're going into extra time. And I got to think to myself here, how are we supposed to score a goal? Like, we have to get a goal to win it, or then it'll be penalties, of course. Like, I didn't think I could score a goal. That's the thing. It's so hard to score a goal. And again, I tried that lob through ball. Kafur, I thought he had a chance there, but it just ended up being to the goalkeeper. So again, another chance we had that didn't really come through for us. Then Wood again finds Spring, who's been a very good player so far, creating a few chances. But again, it's just too hard to score. But then Cohen Hall, he puts a ball, and it just strayed wide. Like, I feel those kind of chances, they just stray wide and stuff. They don't really feel like convincing shots. I don't feel like I'm going to create a clear-cut chance. That's what I basically felt. But late in the game, here we are creating so many chances. I was happy about that. Then Dunn puts in the ball. It actually was a decent ball, but Futach, he's just like, his fitness is too low. Of course, Dunn was disappointed with that, but yeah, again, you see Futach, look at his fitness right now. It's too slow. Luckily, he can use his strength. And again, another dangerous ball, but the last couple crosses I tried, like the last one from Dunn as well, they're just been too far, and the players weren't in the right position. So that's the way it was going to go, and it was looking to be penalty shootout. And honestly, I was never going to score a goal against Everton. Like, penalties would be like the way to win it. But the thing is, they're more experienced players, and you saw my fitness levels were down. So at this stage, penalties, I always say, they're a lottery. Like, penalties are a lottery, and you don't know who's going to win. To be honest, it doesn't really rely on skill. And yeah, whatever happened, whatever will happen. But yeah, we tried our hardest against Everton. I put my best foot forward, and we kept a clean sheet in 120 minutes against a Premier League team. Like, I can't do more than that. You cannot ask more than that from me. In my view, I did as good as I can anyway. But here, we had to do well. But Futach, you see he's on that low fitness, very, very low fitness. And then he strikes a penalty, a decent penalty. I was really scared going to penalty shootout because I really wanted to win it. And then Leighton Baines, he's probably the best penalty taker in this game, and he puts in a decent penalty. I thought for sure he was going to go to the left side, being left-footed. I was trying to trick him to go there, but unfortunately he didn't. Then Kafur comes up next. He should finish this, and does. It wasn't a great penalty, to be honest. If the goalkeeper dived the right way, he probably would have saved it. It was a good height, but then the experience of Gareth Barry comes up and finishes. Perfect save. Well, yeah, perfect shot, I should say, where it's impossible to save. And then Spring coming up, need to keep the penalties going as they have done. And then I basically wanted to copy them. I wanted to go for that penalty, you know, where you aim in the middle to either side and a bit high. That's what I went for. Then Lukaku goes bang. You're never, ever going to save that. Lukaku on the penalty is unstoppable. So I had to continue here. Cowan Hall, I was a bit nervous with this guy taking it, but then he hits it right in the middle and he goes bang. Goalkeeper never going to save that with hitting it perfectly in the green. Unless, I guess, he came up with a good save. But Morales, here, he goes for the starter, and you know where that's going. Every time you know they're going to go so straight. Lucky they did that, because that's the only one I think I would have saved. It's just so obvious. Then Marvin McCoy, the right back, can he win it for us? He does, going with that shot once again. So we end up beating Everton. I've bet a I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm actually saying it. I bet a Premier League team. I'm just so happy I can talk about that now. Like, I bet a Premier League team with a club that's just expected to come mid-table. That's my expectations this year, and a team that's really struggling in real life. So yeah, like, there's not more I can do, really. I bet a Premier League team. That's just fantastic. But honestly, I don't really care which team it is. I just want to advance to the next round to get that cash that you get for being in the Capital One Cup and advancing to the next round, even though it's not as much as I would expect. We came together. Penny in the goalkeeping position was fantastic. Made a double save against Lukaku, you saw. Without that, yeah, it could have been a goal. And who knows, if I didn't sign Penny and played my 57 rated goalkeeper, yeah, who knows, could have been a goal. But we only get 1.7k from that. That's shocking, really. I thought more for sure. Like, I need more than that for beating Everton. I tried my hardest. I focused so much in that game, but yeah, going on with that, and we're 5th as well in the league. Everything is going well, and we're going to be in the Capital One Cup against Aston Villa, another Premier League team. So let's see how far we can go. How far do you think you can go? Drop in your comments. But for now, that is it, and I'll see you guys next time.